Hey gents, Carrhead Tactical Rifleman, and we're time for our monthly shooting tip. Month of November, a bunch of different stuff going out on the internet, and we've covered draw before, we've covered everything. I want to talk a little bit about reholstering. Reluctantly reholster. Now, I'm not talking about having accidental discharges. I'm talking about the simple fact that I have seen 5 operators shoot themselves. Not 5 civilians, not 5 guys in the military, 5 operators shoot themselves. 3 of them were reholstering. Where guys get into trouble is guys want to work on that draw. They want to shoot fast, and they want to draw fast. And when they do it, they start putting that gun away fast. You don't have to put the gun away fast. You need to be able to draw fast, but you don't need to be able to put the gun away fast. Reholster reluctantly, all right? Bring it back into your workspace. Did I hit? Yes. Did I get the desired effect? Yes. Is there anybody else that needs love? Put that gun away reluctantly. I want you to exaggerate having your finger off the trigger. Think of it as though you got a bunch of high school kids sitting at the back of the range watching you, because you might. Set a good example for them. Reluctantly reholster. Actually look down at the holster, make sure you're not flagging yourself, and reluctantly reholster. Now, when you do that, you can still draw fast, but you're just reluctantly reholstering. Now, sounds easy, right? Sounds real easy. Here's why it's important. There's no need to rush putting the gun away. There's no need. There's no need at all right? Put the gun away because the gunfight's over with. Now, there's one exception to that. All right? The one exception to that is for that law enforcement officer, because he's drawn, he's got his suspect there, he stopped that suspect, he's got the guy with his hands on his head. Now, that officer needs to be able to reholster without taking his eyes off that guy, because that's when that guy's going to pounce on that law enforcement officer. Now, that law enforcement officer, he's using a open hard shell holster, and that holster will always be there. It will always be there. When he's done, he can keep his eyes on the suspect, and he can reholster without looking down. Now, that's important because if you watch all the pro shooters, the pew-pew guys, when they do their videos, they shoot and then they put that gun away, just like that. And without looking, you saw it easily went back into my holster. Without me looking at it, it easily goes back in. That's because if you watch them, they always have their feet in the exact same spot, with their shoulders the same way, makes their pelvis the same way. That holster is the same spot every time. Guys, that's not real life. It's not real life. If you just switch up your feet, your holster moves a lot. Think of it if you're laying on your back or you're laying on your side, you're doing whatever, that holster is gonna be in a different spot, right? So you need to be able to get into that holster. Now, outside the waistband holster, that's not what everybody wears. Imagine trying to reholster without looking when you've got a 3 o'clock inside the waistband holster. Now, the gun's empty because I'm not a dumbass, but can you imagine me trying to lift up my jacket without looking and try to get that into the back of that holster? Can you imagine me trying to do that without being careful? No, you can't. You have to clear that cloth out of the way. Now, where it really becomes important is the new latest and greatest way for guys to carry is appendix carry. If you're sitting in a vehicle, restaurant, whatever, you can quickly appendix carry. Appendix carry is great, guys. Appendix carry is real great. The problem with appendix carry is putting that gun away. I am flagging the living crap out of my junk right now, right? So these guys that sit there and they dry fire draw real fast, they dry fire, they get on that gun, see how it bobbles, right? It's gonna bobble even worse you putting it away. Carefully look down, make sure the holster is clear of cloth, and reluctantly reholster. All right, this is important because it's all over the internet right now where this guy was responding to a threat he thought he had in his apartment complex or some situation like that. Turns out it was nothing there, and when he went to go put away his appendix carry pistol with his self-defense ammo, he ended up shooting himself in the thigh, and he passed out from massive blood loss. Fortunately, there was an off-duty cop there at the time that was able to throw a tourniquet on him, and they ended up saving the guy. I guess he coded twice. He's lucky to be alive. All right, now, I'm not saying appendix carry is not safe. It is safe, all right, if you reluctantly reholster. You still have to practice that draw. You still have to get on target. You still have to be able to shoot. But you do not want this ammo going down in your ball sack or into one of your legs. You don't want it. You do not want it. Reluctantly reholster. Draw fast. Put the gun away nice and slow. All right? So anyways, that's it for this month's Patreon quick shooting tip. It's a safety tip. This month's safety message is reluctantly reholster. Get into that gunfight fast. Practice that fast draw, because the most important bullet in the gunfight is that first one. But after that, did I hit? Did I get the desired effect? Is there anyone else that needs love? And if there's not, bring it back in your workspace. No more threats. There's no reason to rush putting this gun away. The next drill is not going to start until everybody's ready on the line. Reluctantly reholster, and you'll end up not shooting yourself, and that's a good thing. So anyways, gents, that's all I've got for this month. Quick shooting tip. Thanks again for being supporters of Tactical Rifleman here on Patreon, and y'all take care. Shoot straight.